Hi, this is Ellen Etoff with Extatica, and you are seeing this video because you participated in one of my sexual confidence surveys for men or for women. And as promised, if you gave your email address, which you apparently did, I mean, I already had it, but if you gave it in this survey, then I'm able to send you this response. Now, the survey tool that I used didn't really have a great display of responses for people to take a quick look at. So I'm recording this video and I'll walk you through the results. If you're a man, you'll probably see that you're not alone in your pain or concerns around sexual confidence. And if you're a woman, I hope you really pay attention to get an understanding of what's going on for men and possibly the man in your life. So we had 159 participants, 130 completed the survey, and 96 gave their email address. So that's one of those is you if you're a man, so that I could send you these results. Now, I'm going to show you the answers to question 1 and 9 first for context. The question is, are you currently in a committed relationship? And almost 51% or 81 men said yes. And about a quarter said no. And of those that said yes, I asked, how long have you been in this relationship? And almost 41% said over 21 years. And with question 9, you'll see this kind of is in line with the age range. And 40% were 55 to 64 years old. 29% were 65 to 74, and over 15% are 45 to 54 years old, and the others were much smaller percentages. So now back up to question 2. When it comes to sexual confidence or empowerment, what are your biggest challenges or highest interests? And I want to show you the graph here. And just so you know where it says hypers, this just indicates people who somewhere in the survey filled in a free-form answer with a lot of words. So that just makes them hypers by this standard. So unfortunately, I can't display the entire question in the left-hand column. I can't expand it, so I'll just read through each one. But first, I just want to show you here that the highest responses are D and F. So the first was 9% said sexual shame or embarrassment is one of the biggest challenges or highest interests. 17.6% said developing a more positive body image, overall body and or my genitals. Almost 38% said knowing more about my partner's body and unique sexual expression so I can help her enjoy sex more. 62.7% said getting my partner's enthusiastic participation in making our sex life better. 38.6% said knowing how to elicit my partner's support in fulfilling my sexual needs and erotic desires without risking rejection or hurting her feelings. And then 52.3%, over half, said getting my partner out of her head and into her body for sex. And as you'll see with the women's survey, there's kind of the flip side of this coin, but this is very much in alignment with previous surveys I've done. That's a big issue for a lot of people. Over 29% said feeling free to let myself go and be fully sexually self-expressive. The same number said becoming more sexually confident. 43% said experiencing deeper intimacy during lovemaking. And I want to underscore this because I don't want men to get a bad rap. A lot of people think that men are just into it for this physical pleasure, and men really do want deeper intimacy during lovemaking, and this is just men who find it a challenge, not those who want it, just those who are finding it a challenge, right? Almost 23% said ending premature ejaculation. 42.5% said solving other erection issues like erectile dysfunction or not getting or staying hard enough. And only a little over 2.5% said they didn't have any sexual confidence problems. Good for them. Third question is, what are your biggest challenges relating to getting your partner's enthusiastic participation in creating a better sex life? So let's see the answers. So I'm just going to give you a quick browse through. You'll see they're all under 40%. So again, this is like, what are the challenges in getting your partner's participation, enthusiastic participation? 21% said she doesn't know what it would take to satisfy her. 35.8 said, I can't get her to tell me what turns her on or helps her orgasm. 13.5 said, I'm embarrassed and or ashamed to ask for what I need and desire. 26 plus said, I'm afraid of my partner's response, like being ashamed, teased, invalidated, or rejected if I told her what I really want and need sexually. So, hey, ladies, this may be why he's not talking. Almost 32% said, I don't want to hurt my partner's feelings or make her feel she hasn't been a good lover to me. Another big reason why he's not sharing. Over 6% said, I've tried and the fallout wasn't worth it. 15.5 say, I've tried and my partner just doesn't get what I'm asking for. Over a third said she doesn't want to try new things sexually. 21.5% said my partner doesn't seem to care about my sexual needs and desires. And you'll see that that corresponds to 32 respondents. Same number said none of these are challenges for me. Okay, then question 4 is how are these challenges affecting your sex life and or your relationship overall? So you see there are a couple of strong categories here. How it's affecting your relationship overall. Almost 20% said I feel inadequate as a lover. 18% said I feel like less of a man. 19.5% I hold back sexually, so neither of us gets maximum pleasure. Then we have the large responses. 55.5% said I don't experience as much pleasure and satisfaction as I think is possible. Over half said she doesn't experience as much pleasure or satisfaction as I think is possible. Almost a quarter said we don't feel as close as we'd like. Over a quarter said it creates tension that spills over into other aspects of our relationship. 13.7% said she doesn't feel happy. Over 30% said I'm sometimes tempted to stray emotionally or sexually. And almost 8% said I'm afraid she may be tempted to stray emotionally or sexually. And 15% said these are not concerns. Question 5 is in what way would your sex life and or your relationship be better if you had more sexual confidence? Okay, well, you can see this had a lot of responses. A lot of people saw a lot of ways in which their relationship would be better overall if they had more sexual confidence. So almost 52% said our sex life would be more fulfilling for both of us. 29% said I'd feel like more of a man. For 39% said I'd be able to let go and be more spontaneous sexually. Almost 44% said we'd feel more emotionally connected during lovemaking. Even more than that said we'd both feel freer with each other and more playful. 44.5% said I'd want to have sex more often. More than that, 46.7% said she may want to have sex more often. The same number said we'd feel more bonded in our relationship. And 48% said we'd feel happier with each other overall. And 12.5% said they didn't think it would make anything better for them to have sexual confidence. Next question is, what's the, oh my God, dream solution you would pay almost anything for? And the answers were, as you'll see, there's some pretty strong responses here. Starting with the first one, 31% said to feel confident, whole, and satisfied sexually. Almost 40% said to understand my partner's particular sexual response and what it would take to satisfy her sexually. 50% said to be able to fully satisfy my partner sexually. 39.4% said to feel free to let go and be fully spontaneous, responsive, and express myself sexually. And keep these in mind. I tried to make these surveys as parallel as possible, just recognizing the gender differences, but you'll see similar questions on the women's survey. The next is 16.7% said to feel more confident with my overall body image and how I look and feel to my partner. Now look at the next question. Almost 3 times as many people said to have my partner feel better about her body image. Men want you to feel better about yourselves, ladies. Okay, 53.8% said to be able to discuss my sexual needs and desires with my partner in a way that we can both feel good about it. Over 52% said to have my partner's enthusiastic support in fulfilling my sexual needs and erotic desires. I mean, these are the things that men would pay almost anything for. And the highest score, I think it was the highest, 56% said to understand my partner's sexual needs and erotic desires and feel confident in satisfying them to the degree to which I'm willing and able. And a few said other. Then I said, if I created a program that gives you more sexual confidence and the kind of dream solutions you said you wanted in the previous question, would you be interested in investing in it? And as you'll see, almost 20% said yes, if I thought it would actually help me. A third said probably if I thought it would actually help me. And 36.6% said maybe. And over 5% said no. And then I asked, which of these titles, if any, most speak to you? And I obviously did not hit the mark with this one. As you'll see, nothing hit even 30% here. But hold back no more in bed was 6%. Hold back in bed no more, 11.5%. Sexual confidence for men only hit 11.5%. And that's the term I was using, was confidence. The sexually confident man, only 20%. Sexual empowerment for men, slightly higher, just probably one more respondent, The sexually empowered man, almost 28%, but still not very high. And almost 20%, 27% said none of these speak to me. So clearly I didn't hit the mark on that title. But people were so forthcoming with their responses anyway, and I'm just really grateful to all of you for that. And the last question was, are you an intimacy coach, author, or otherwise engaged in helping people enjoy better relationships and or sex lives? And as expected, a whopping 91.5% said no, and 7% said yes. So there you have it. I just want to thank you again very much for taking the time and the thought to respond to this survey. It's been very helpful to me, and I hope it's helpful to you if you're a man to see kind of where you are in the world of other men, at least in this age range and on my subscriber list, and if you're a woman that you get some insights into what's going on with men in this regard. So thank you very much.